Hi, and welcome to Thursday's Pick a Card reading. So today is going to be a real quick reading, and we're looking at what gifts will 2019 bring for you guys, the viewers, okay? So we've got 6 different piles with different gifts in them, and we're going to go ahead and see what kinds of gifts they're going to bring for you for 2019. So I just wanted to say the reason that we're doing a real quick reading today is that today's my birthday, and I'm really excited to get started on some of the fun stuff that I have planned. Some of the cards that I'm using this time are different from ones that I typically use on my channel, so I just wanted to go ahead and say the names of them right off the bat. We've got Whispers of Healing Oracle cards. That's the top card here. We've got the Chakra Insight Oracle, we've got Oracle of the Unicorns, and then we also have Healing with the Angels Oracle cards as well, okay? So let me go ahead and tell you which deck's which. We have the gray Tabby Cat for number 1. We have the Tuxedo Cat for number 2. We have the Siamese Cat for number 3. There are different kinds of cats that look like this, so we're going to call this the Spotted Cat for number 4. The Persian Cat for number 5, and the Orange Garfield Cat for number 6, all right? So as you're thinking about which pile you feel drawn to, I just wanted to go ahead and remind you guys that if you want to get 2018 prices, go ahead and book a reading with me before December 31st, and you will get 2018 prices. Otherwise, you can send me an email and let me know you want to be on the list for 2019, and what that means is that your first reading, whether you purchase one or not, it doesn't matter. If your first reading will be 15% off, you'll just be on the list, okay? And that's it. It just means that if you do decide to get a reading, then I'll go ahead and give you that 15% off, okay? Anybody who's already ordered a reading with me for 2018 is automatically on the list, okay? Alrighty. So, anything else you need to know about me will be in that description, including my contact information, so you can always ask me questions directly. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started with the readings, starting with pile number 1, the gray Tabby Cat. So we're going to put that over here. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Well, my goodness. Of course, you guys have the booby deck. Okay, so we've got physical health. So one thing that you're going to find is that your body image, the way that you're perceiving, the way that you feel about your physical body is going to like improve, okay? You're going to be feeling like you have a lot more energy, and you might be moved to diet or exercise, if that's something you might need to do, or it's just you're going to be taking care of your body really well, okay? You're going to feel like your body's going to actually feel more strong. I think for some of you, you might have some issues that are going to be corrected this year, okay? So that's awesome. Okay, and then we've got freedom. So you're going to find that some areas where you have restrictions in your life are going to kind of go away, and you're going to be able to do more. It feels to me more like an expansion, and it's like your opportunities grow and all of that good stuff, and it just feels like you have like wiggle room in order to do certain things. So for example, freedom might look like to me something as simple as, you know what, my partner finally bends and decides we can have a maid come out to the house once every 2 weeks to do just a cleaning all downstairs, and that way we don't have to keep up with certain tasks downstairs, right? Then I'd have more freedom, like free time, that kind of thing. Or it could look like something like, somebody might be released from prison, it could be something really, really literal like that, or it could be something, more wiggle room. It could also mean that you have more financial freedom. So whatever freedom means to you, and whatever areas in your life that you're feeling most restricted, that's going to be what's going to be improving. Okay, this might seem like a strange one to be a gift, but we've got anger as well. And I think that that's a really interesting gift to have, because one thing that we can do with anger is that, well, first off, it energizes us, okay? And then second, it's like when we get angry enough, that's when we start changing things. So that might actually go with the first card. It might actually go with your body image and the physical vitality that you're going to be enjoying. But I think that it's also more about causes. Like, you're going to be able to get behind some causes and really make some meaningful changes, not only in your personal life, but I feel like you're gonna find more meaning in what you're doing, for like in the community, or for other people. It might be with your kids. It's just you feel like, you know what, something's not fair, or something's not right. You get angry enough to change, you know, that kind of thing. So it's positive anger. It's not negative anger. It's not anything to worry about as far as that stuff goes. It's more you get the energy to finally do something about something that's been bothering you, that kind of thing. And then another gift that you have is that you will be able, and this also might have something to do with the freedom card, is that you'll find yourself being able to have some more alone time, like I would call free time, you know? Or I might call it introverted time. I feel like you're going to be able to do a lot more reflecting this year, and you're going to be able to, really, really like, it's like at the end of the day, or at some point every day or every week, you're going to be able to kind of look back and like make little tweaks, so that your next week's going to be even better. It's like you're really moving towards a lot of positive changes. So this is really outstanding. This is a really, really outstanding pile. So it looks like 2019 is going to be really, really positive for you guys. Yeah, I am looking at the gifts. We're gonna be having other readings later on, but at the same time, this seems very well rounded. Okay, so looks like your 2019 is going to be very rewarding. All right, pile 2, those of you who picked the Tuxedo Cat, here are the gifts you are going to enjoy. Okay, it looks like you're going to enjoy being able to forgive. And I think that's a really important ability, because when you forgive, you finally are able to kind of release some of the things that have been like some of the issues that have been holding you back from healing and holding you back from moving on, that kind of thing. So when we are able to finally forgive, it's also about letting go. And sometimes it goes in the opposite direction. Sometimes we let go, and by letting go, we realize that we can forgive. But the bottom line here is that you're going to be able to begin some healing processes. So some things that have been holding you back aren't going to be holding you back as much. And that's going to help you to grow more and help you to find more compassion to give to other people. Another gift that you're going to have is nature. You're going to be feeling a lot more grounded this year. And by that, I mean that you're going to feel more connected to what you're doing. It's like, I just want to make sure I say this correctly. It's like, you're so much more in touch with your life, and it's like you're more present. That's the best way I can put it. It's like you're more present, you're more, and it's like you're more physically present, I feel like your concentration is going to go way up too. Like, you're not going to feel so, frazzled. It's like you've got more calm and that kind of stuff, And gosh, these are great cards. We also have Serenity. Okay, so like, look at how green this is. Wow, it's beautiful. So yeah, you're going to be able to feel a lot more calm, just like I said. That Serenity, that is like, it really feels like this is long overdue for you guys. It feels like that peace that you're going to be enjoying for 2019. It's going to really help you be more productive overall, because you're not going to be feeling so much pressure. So this really feels positive. This really feels great. And then we've got unconditional love. Now I am feeling led to go ahead and say that this unconditional love can be in different forms, okay? So before we get ahead of ourselves, I just want to say that this can be something like learning to love yourself unconditionally. It can be talking about people in general, learning to love others unconditionally. It can talk about your relationship with God, the universe, source, spirit, whatever you decide to call it. It can be talking about that. And it could also be talking about a romantic partner. Just, maybe you will enjoy the ability to be loved unconditionally, and that'll be like, wow, for you. And equally, you might be able to find the ability to love unconditionally. Now this is a really, really powerful thing when one experiences it. I experienced, at least in one area of my life recently, like within the past 2 days, an example of unconditional love that really kind of floored me. So I just want to say that when you experience that, it's really, really amazing. No matter whether it comes from a friend or anybody, it's a really great feeling. So I just wanted to say that this is, regardless of whether or not this is in romantic love or someplace else, it's going to really help you feel like you're a really special person. Which you are, you should know that already, but it's one thing to kind of intellectualize something, and it's another thing to like really know it, So, I really feel, gosh, it feels so calm. I don't even want to go to the next pile because I love the energy here. But yeah, it looks like a lot of, excuse me, a lot of positive healing, a lot of heart energy, and just a lot of peace where there wasn't any before. That's the key there. It's just like the chaos is like kind of, it's like the dust is finally settled and you can see clearly. It's like that. It feels really good. All right, pile number 3. Those of you who picked the Siamese cat, let's see what the gifts are in store for you. All right. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, so one thing that you're going to experience is responsibility, and I'm being led to say that this could either be for you, that you're able to be more reliable, you're able to feel more empowered, and practice more self-discipline. But I think for most of you, this is that you're experiencing it from other people. There's going to be something about you this year that's going to, kind of be like, you know what, I'm not going to interact with people that aren't, consistent, that I can't rely on, that kind of thing. And that way, you're going to find that people are a lot more willing to work with you, and to, it's like little simple things like being on time, not flaking out, that kind of stuff. I really feel like this might actually be like one person in your life who you feel like you can't rely on right now is going to become more reliable. But either way, the responsibility is going to grow in your life, and you're going to feel, it's almost like you feel more adult. You feel more like you've got this totally together, and you can do this, and all of that kind of stuff. We also have healing. So this is wonderful. Like the ability to help heal other people is something I can't even describe. It's just wonderful when you get the light on somebody's face where it's like, that they get what you're saying, and it's really changing the way they're thinking about life and all of that kind of stuff. I feel like you're going to be able to really be a positive force for other people. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go out and you're going to start healing the masses. I just mean the people in your life who you care about, you're going to be able to be more present for them. You're going to be able to be more receptive, and also it's going to be easier to give them what they need. So I also feel like with that healing, you're also going to have a little bit more discernment about, figuring out what people really need in a situation. We also have this enchantment going on. So I think that that's a really interesting card to get. For me, what that lets me know is that you're going to find, it's almost like you're going to fall in love with life again. You're going to just see how amazing the world is. And I just feel like there's going to be like a project or something that you do. It could be falling in love. that is just really going to inspire you and make you see the world differently. And it's a positive thing, though. It's enhancing yourself. It's not like looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. It's more like you're appreciating something more than you did before. And last we have guardian. So this kind of goes back to the responsibility, but I feel like this guardian is more about feeling protected and safe more than it is actually that you are going to become a guardian or that somebody is going to guard you. It's just that you feel more safe, you know? For some of you, I do want to say, for some of you, it really is going to be literally, you're going to become a guardian. And that's a positive thing for you. But for most of you, this is more about finding that safety, finding that security, and being able to build off of that. And that might also, you know, I said it's probably connected to this responsibility card, but that will also allow you to have more energy in your life that's more reliable, you know, and easier to predict, more consistent, that kind of stuff, which comes with responsibility, okay? So this looks like it's going to be a really interesting combination of being both in awe and also just really like getting grounded here, you know, with responsibility and feeling protected and that kind of stuff. So looks really good. It looks very well rounded. Righty. Okay, those of you who picked the spotted cat, let's go ahead and see what gifts you have in store. Oh, wow. This is awesome. So we've got relationships. It seems like your relationships are going to get a lot more powerful. We've got intimacy and trust and acceptance. I feel like a romantic relationship is going to either blossom or is going to go to the next level this year for you. It's like you're going to feel more connected to people. And another thing is that you're going to feel understood. I think that that's something that should really be kind of underlined with this whole thing, is that it's like feeling understood is such an important thing. And people don't realize how important that is until they actually do feel understood. And then it's like, wow, you know, but you're gonna find that the way that you, are looking at other people is that you're seeing them a little bit more through positive light. But it's not just that, it's also that you're able to accept things the way they are, and you're able to trust so much stronger. And I think that part of that is just an internal change. It's not necessarily that people are more trustworthy, it's just that you internally go through a process where you realize that you can trust easier. And that's a positive experience for you. But relationship, it's going to be key, relationship. So that's great. We also have awareness and like being really present in the moment. I feel like you're going to be, I feel like you're going to actually develop more of your own personal intuition and your own just personal spiritual awareness. But for those of you who might not really follow things like that, you know, as much, it seems more like you are just more observant. You're more in tune with what's going on around you. You're not gonna feel as disconnected, you know, and that makes sense with the relationships, you know, kind of connecting and coming together. And this is a really general card to get, but I think that it's just, I think that it is what it is. You know, you're going to feel incredibly blessed this year. There's going to be things in all areas of your life are going to improve. And I really feel like this is going to be a really important year for you. A lot of major things are going to be happening that's going to really change some things in your life. So this, I mean, it feels really like overall, like everything just kind of shifts up. And then we've got choice. So this is something that I'm not surprised with when our awareness comes up and when we are blessed and we're feeling blessed and we know that we're blessed and we've got our relationships improving and all of that kind of stuff, you know, all of these new opportunities open up for us. And so now we've got the options, you know, and we're able to yes, we have more options and we have more things open to us, but we're also confronted with more things to choose. But I don't feel like making decisions about what to pick and what to choose is going to be that hard. I think that when it comes to it, there's going to be a time to make a choice. And once it's time to do that, you'll know exactly what to do. So if you find yourself thinking about making an important decision, in 2019, and you find yourself not being able to really feel really secure with whatever choice you have, go ahead and put that to the back of your mind. I know that can be very difficult with some experiences, but try to put that to the back of your mind and know that when it's time to make the choice, you'll know what to do, okay? So yeah, it's just a really nice general feeling of abundance for you guys. All right, those of you who picked pile number 5, these are the gifts you can look forward to. Oh goodness, we've got pleasure. So you've got, some indulgence and sensuality here. I really feel like this has, it's not like, I say indulgence, it's one of the key words. I don't feel like this is excess, though. I don't feel like this is like, here's a gift, you're going to become addicted to something. I don't feel it like it's that. I feel like you're deriving more pleasure from what you're doing in general. This can be an indicator that for those of you who might have depression or anxiety, that you're able to get that taken care of in a way that you start enjoying life again. For those of you who aren't going through something like that, this is just about lightening your load, finding things that you derive more joy from, and being able to increase that stuff in your life. We also have prosperity, okay? And this is like, this is a lot like abundance, only it's usually, more about money, okay? So I really feel like there's going to be something happening with your job, or if you don't have a job, you're going to find one. It could be something like a windfall, which can come from like a family member passing or something like that. But it really feels like your financial situation is going to greatly improve this year as well. In addition to this pleasure, you're going to be feeling more inspired. You're going to have more creative energy, and you're going to want to start some creative endeavor, okay? So 2019 would be the year to, if you have a book inside of you, start writing it. Or if you have a new CD inside of you, start writing that music. It's like, it feels like that self-expression is the next step after the inspiration. You're just going to be feeling really, oh goodness, it's like you're filled with all of this creative energy. I want to say it's like you're pregnant. You're pregnant and you want to give birth to these new creations. And then we've got release. So I think that this is also really important too. And I think that this kind of goes with the pleasure. I think you're going to be releasing a lot of, maybe not a whole lot, but you're going to be releasing some negativity in your life. It's like, some of that, it even feels like almost nervous energy. Like some of that nervous energy is going to just kind of dissipate. And with that, you're going to just have a clearer mind, with ideas and prosperity and pleasure. All of that's going to help your mind be a lot clearer. It's interesting because I had another pile come up where it felt like things were going to just be like a lot more clear, and that clarity was going to be coming. This is very similar to that pile, only you guys are focused more on prosperity, but yeah, it just feels like you're going to be a lot more clear with the inspiration, and with any kind of creative endeavor. You're going to find that it flows really well. Those of you who are familiar with positive psychology, it's like you're in a flow state, or you're really flourishing. But yeah, this feels really, it feels really nice. It feels like a weight's been cast off, it's like you've really done some work, and now you're enjoying that. So yeah, 2019 is going to bring these gifts for you, and it looks, I'd be very happy to get this pile, personally, because I love creative endeavor and all of that kind of great stuff. All right, pile number 6. Those of you who picked the orange Garfield cat, what you are going to be looking forward to, the gifts that 2019 is going to bring is presence. You're going to be more aware. Your attention's going to be a lot more fine-tuned. And it's like you're going to feel more connected to everything around you. This feels like a more spiritual connection than, say, someone who might become more aware just in general, like maybe be more observant or, you know, that kind of thing. It feels like it's more spiritually guided, that kind of thing. So there's like almost like this divine presence inside of you that you're awakened to. We also have sanctuaries, so I do think that you guys are going to be spending a lot more time in self-reflection. I don't feel like that's going to be a negative thing, though. Some people are just really social people, and just because you're going to enjoy some alone time and some reflective time doesn't mean that you're not going to be around people. It just means that you're going to just have more time for me time. And again, I really feel like this has kind of like a spiritual undertone. So those of you who picked pile number 6 are probably going through some kind of spiritual awakening that's growing and intensifying within you. And I would even suggest that your intuition's going to be able to become much more honed. We also have manifestation, okay? So with manifestation, you know, you're able to bring about things, you know, things in your life that, you know, like when you get an idea for something, it's not just that you get the idea, it's that you also follow through with it. And by following through with it, what you would like to happen in the world, either that or something even better than that is going to be coming about that way. So now would be the time to really start planting seeds for what you want to happen in 2019 so that you can kind of get that kickstart on what do I want to manifest this year, because you're going to be able to manifest a lot this year. I mean, I feel like you guys are good at manifesting in general, like just this group anyway, but it's like you're going to be seeing a lot of that stuff manifesting this particular year, okay? And then we've got sensitivity, and I love this card, and I love the idea of sensitivity as being a gift too. I think that this just goes, you know, kind of just goes with all the rest of them, in that as you do more self-reflection and as you become more aware and that kind of stuff, your sensitivity is going to get sharpened. You know, you're going to be more responsive to your environment. And that's a really important word to use. It's like, I don't feel like you're going to be more reactionary. I just feel like you're going to be more responsive. And so it's like a calm sensitivity. When I was younger, people used to say that I was too sensitive. Like, oh, yeah, Cassie, she's too sensitive. You know, and I used to really take it to heart. Like, it kind of bothered me. You know, I came from a family where, well, my dad, you know, really valued that kind of dispassionate thinking orientation where you're very detached from your emotions. You know, he was a scientist, right? So I kind of felt like, well, that means that I can't be like cool like my dad or whatever. But somebody told me once, you know, well, what would you rather be, insensitive? And it's like, right? So seriously, sensitivity is such a good gift. And I was able, like, seriously, from that moment on, you know, sometimes people say things at the right time and it really sinks in and that's what you need to hear. But from that point on, I was so proud of myself for being sensitive, you know? And I'm just really thrilled that more people are becoming more sensitive in this world, because we need that kind of thing. We need that kind of thing in order to create positive change, both within ourselves and around us. So this feels like a very positive gift for you guys to enjoy this coming year. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching to the end of my video. I'm so looking forward to the rest of my day. I will be back tomorrow with the general love reading. Thank you guys for all of your support and your feedback. Really appreciate it. And I'll look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow.